Don't cry, we'll be there soon.
Told you it was magic. Right out of a mini-series.
Yeah, magic. The vanishing act might go down well right about now. So how far's this dream house from here?
Oh, another half hour. Come on. You might need a bit of stuff. Fridge will be empty.
Yes, you're a writer. You love the old railway lodge. Just the place for rest.
Excuse me.
Well, time I was going. You may need some milk and bread tomorrow morning.
The whole loaf. You sure you've had enough? I've got a furry Mars bar in the glove box. You know, I wouldn't want you to leave on only an empty stomach.
Now, don't get yourself upset. You know, the doctor said you weren't supposed to get excited at all. Just rest. I'll call in and see how you're doing in a couple of days. Okay, little brother?
Don't bother. Initial concept ideas, logging town. Town gossips, plastic gloves, witch hunts. Railways, logging towns. The well-meaning family. pursued by memories. Love, death, emptiness. Oh, God, he's burning up. What's your name? Did you get lost? Do you want a drink? Oh, come on, you've got to tell me your name so I can get you home. You gonna tell me your name yet? Your parents must be very worried about you. Shit, I think you need a doctor. Where's the... Great. No phone yet. Now what are we gonna do? I suppose I could take you to the doctor myself. It's all right. It's all right. You stay here and I'll bring the doctor back, okay?
Sarah.
Michael. Thought it might have been pneumonia. I left the rector in the lounge. Sorry. Sarah? That's all right, I brought the doctor.
I told you, Mr. Craig, I'm not a doctor. I barely know first aid.
Sarah! She was afraid to travel in the car, you see. Sarah!
Been a doctor in Garrote since the volume finished.
Oh, God, she's gone.
Now, calm down, Mr. Graydon. I'm sure she's fine.
I locked her in before I left.
You mind if I check your doors?
Perhaps her parents called when you were out and took her home.
Surely they wouldn't just take her without saying something. And how did they get in?
Sarah would have opened the door for them, wouldn't she?
I'd say that's what's happened, Des. Your back door's unlocked.
Ah. Well, there you are. When did you receive that abrasion, Mr. Graydon?
this evening sometime. What about Sarah? Oh, I really don't think her parents would have just come along and taken her.
Mr. Gray, are you quite sure a little girl knocked on your door tonight?
Yes, of course I am. Look, what is this? Why would I lie about a lost child?
No, it's not that we don't believe you, Mr. Gray.
Look, I'll make some inquiries this evening. Perhaps you could come into town tomorrow morning and see me. All right? Until then, I think you should get some rest.
Yes, Roy's right, Mr. Gray. You do look very tired. Good night.
Good night.
Oh, there you are, dear. How are you settling in then?
Fine, thank you.
And how is your writing going?
Well, you could say I'm working on something right now.
Oh, that's marvelous. I was only thinking of you this morning, didn't I say? Probably Mr. Gray would be interested in young Tracy Calder's death. Tragic car accident. Wretched girl, though, Tracy. I always said so. Not that I've given her much thought in all these years. 5 it must be. And probably the same number of children in as many. I think she was bringing a little child back with her, too. A little girl. Fatherless, of course.
I hardly think Mr. Graydon would be interested in writing about something as grisly as that, dear. Did you enjoy the service this morning, Mr. Graydon?
Oh, I came late, unfortunately, so I missed it. But what was it you were saying about a little girl?
Oh, then you must come to the evening service. That'll be a great opportunity for you to meet everybody.
Well, thank you. but
Morning,
I can't.
ladies. Mr. Graydon. Hope you're feeling better after your sleep.
Yes, thank you. Do you have any word?
Excuse us, ladies. I'm happy to say that the girl's parents did pick her up from your house, just as we thought. They were bushwalking yesterday and Sarah got lost, that's all. Saw the light from your house and Sarah let them in.
Funny that a little girl should be bushwalking in a dress.
I believe it was unplanned. They were on a picnic.
Where are they staying? I'd like to say goodbye to her.
They left town this morning.
I see. Well, thank you. I've been a lot of bother to you.
No, not at all.
Oh, by the way, after you left last night, the battery out of my car was stolen. I had to walk 2 kilometres this morning to borrow one before I could get here.
Most likely some young louts camped outside the town. I'd advise you to lock your car in future. Come back this afternoon, I'll get Merv to leave a new one outside the garage.
Thanks.
thank goodness I caught you. I've got some things for you to take.
You scared me half to death.
I'm sorry, dear. Now, here are your lamingtons as usual, and I thought that as it's weekend of the 22nd, some flowers might be appropriate.
I'm sure they'll appreciate them.
Do you ever see them, Trevor?
No, not even once. I don't even know how many of them are left anymore. Sometimes I wait for a while, just to say hello, just to see what they're like. But they never come. I guess they're as scared of us as we are.
She's always on the road. But that's how it goes.
They use up too much power.
I don't care. What's the big of those hats? I'm taking it.
Just go and check the fridge, will you?
She doesn't look very strong.
Well, of course she doesn't. That's why we were supposed to find her. It's all right. You're going to come and live with us now, in a very special place out in the bush. You're one of us now.
You're going to let her use the whole battery up in just one day. She's been playing the tape since breakfast. Jenna, are you listening to me?
Do you know what today is?
More than you bloody do. I would have burnt those stinking flowers.
Can you hear me? What's your name?
Michael. Michael what? I'll make him talk.
I'll handle this. You've done enough damage already. Now, what are you doing here and what do you want?
Where is she?
Who?
The little girl you kidnapped from my house, Sarah. Where is she?
Are you a relative?
No, but I seem to be the only one that gives a damn about what happens to her.
Do you know why she was brought here, Michael? Or who we are? You're a complete stranger to Garok, then?
Yes. I arrived yesterday. Well, say something. Is she all right?
Look, Michael, I have something to tell you that you're not going to like. Stages. She must have been born with it, poor little thing.
Why the hell did you bring her here? She was better off at my place with Father Cameron.
With Father Cameron? That bastard wouldn't have helped her, even if he could have.
What do you mean? What the hell is this all about?
She has AIDS. She must have. That's why they dumped her out here. We were supposed to find her, not you. We've all got it.
Pneumonia, not AIDS. We've got to get her to a real doctor now.
That's 2.5 hours away and you'd never find her in the dark.
Well, come with me.
I can't.
Why?
We're not allowed to leave Garok.
I'll go with you. What do you mean you're not allowed to leave?
Oh, sure. And that's the last we'd see of you.
What's stopping you?
Where would you go, Andrew? Just tell me that. Where would you live? You're too young to remember what the outside world is like. Believe me, you're better off here.
So why won't they allow us to leave now?
I don't want to leave.
Because they can't. We're their dirty little secret now. Locked away where we can't cause embarrassment. Out of sight, out of mind. And you stand there and you pretend that Neil died like a saint. We're living off their shame, not some imaginary sacrifice that Neil made.
That's enough! You're not going.
The condemnation of others. Let us pray.
How can you play God with those kids' lives? Especially when you're all in the same boat.
It was a decision we made a long time ago.
For you and Neil, not them.
Look, Michael, until you've lived with the prejudice, I wouldn't expect you or anyone else to understand.
Understanding is the key. Understand that the unrepented shall not be admitted into the kingdom of heaven. Understand that the unrepented are not precious in God's sight. And understand that love and fellowship with the sinful will infect the souls of the children of God, and therefore should always be shunned.
For God's sake, slow down, will you?
Look, I'm no expert, but it seems to me that with today's treatments, all of you could have years added to your lives if you just get out of Garrote.
Can't you understand? I don't want to spend the last months of my life being treated like a lab rat in some hospital bed.
Dis-ease, depravity, and deviancy are products of the devil's hand. And there are none so wretched as those who refuse to recognize this truth.
But staying here is just condoning their behaviour.
I'm not condoning anything. I'm just trying to survive.
Jesus!
Get out of the car, Mr. Graydon.